Hello, my beautiful, amazing Aquarius. I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For today, I'm going to be doing your general reading, and I have the camera angled at my altar. And the way I have it, have your general reading laid out as past, present, and future. So, you start off with the King of Pentacles reversed and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm going to clarify with the Vampire deck, draw a special Vampire card, draw a Vampire Oracle, and then finish off with 3 yes or no answers for thee. And as you can see, for example, like with the star reversed, I have it pretty much, you'll cover it up with a rose petal because officially I'm not allowed to show, the front part of like those types of cards and stuff like that. So, but anyway, let's start off with King of Pentacles reversed as in the past. 10 of Cups reversed, but then you get the Page of Cups upright. Yeah, I kind of saw that you wanted to actually start changing, your past, situation, your fortune and stuff like that. Because the thing is with the King of Pentacles reversed, it's like having no form of stability, no groundedness, no realistic ideas or feelings, stuff like that. And it's like even, your groundedness has been kind of, maybe wobbly, shattered, hopefully not. But especially with the 10 of Cups reversed, it's kind of like you have no happy home, happy heart, happy family, or confidence within yourself either. But that's why you want to actually change your fate and fortune regarding the Page of Cups upright, because I love how I love the Page of Cups on many levels, but yet it is a bit of an illusion, because if you don't put the proper time and effort and resources into it, it's like if you want to grow a tree or a plant or rose bushes for that matter, you need to have the proper earth, you need to have the proper resources, maybe water or maybe some form of nutrients, stuff like that, to actually put into, wanting to manifest and grow something. But that's kind of also what the Page of Cups is like. Well, you think, okay, I have this beautiful daydream and I'm going to try to head towards it, because it's interesting, because the general card is the 3 of Pentacles of collaboration and partnership. So, well, maybe you're going to ask other people for help. Guidance, okay. Okay, so, well, the transition from past to current times is you do start off with the 5 of Pentacles. But then you get Aries, the Emperor, but maybe you have Aries placements. And then you get 9 of Wands upright. Fabulous. This is what I kind of see in your current times, that you're probably struggling in current times. Because, it's like with the 5 of Pentacles, it is more or less of poverty's kind of card. Yes, that could have also come from the 10 of Cups reversed of having no abundance either, or even the King of Pentacles of hacks of maybe some potential financial problem and stuff like that. But yeah, it's like I do love that you get this real strong, passionate card of the Emperor. It's kind of like an authoritative figure. Maybe you have an authoritative figure. Maybe you have a boss who's an Aries. Maybe you have, Aries rising, Aries moon, or in other places or in other placements and stuff like that. But yeah, I just kind of see that, it's like, I love the fact that you do get the 9 of Wands, which is all about feeling exhausted beyond belief, but you're not giving up, and nor should you ever. Because whatever worth having doesn't come easy, and sometimes, hopefully this 5 of Pentacles struggle isn't an actual, real, like, struggle in the sense where you're suffering in other ways, but, it's like hopefully if you are technically suffering in other ways, hopefully it is actually coming down towards the end where you're actually, enjoying, the finishing line and other kind of benefits from it in other ways. But the thing is, yeah, it is also a general reading, so again, take it how it resonates. Maybe it might not even be resonating, and hopefully not in other ways and stuff like that. But anyway, we'll continue on. I should probably be feeding soon. But anyway, you do start off in the future with Star Wish Fulfillment reversed, and sad but true, it's one of your beautiful cards, but it came in reversed. But yet, you do get 2 of Swords reversed, meaning you know which direction you're heading down towards, but yet, you don't really have the resources or motivation as of yet. Because maybe the Star Wish Fulfillment is more or less kind of like a metaphorical alarm clock that's saying, come on, we need to get going. But yet, it's like if you don't have the proper tools, resources, or any kind of required materials needed to actually pursue your future goals or endeavors for that matter, then it's like, yeah, that's why you probably got the 8 of Pentacles in other ways. I'm not really getting the term sacrifice, because it seems like the other previous zodiac signs got like some kind of sacrifice in other ways, but I just see that, okay, it's like Well, yeah, well, maybe, it's like it takes a lot of extra time. Maybe, well, you have to go back and retweak something or whatever it may be. But anyway, let's head over to clarification. For King of Pentacles, you in reverse, you got Star. Okay, so what I see here is you had this beautiful star wish fulfillment, but you didn't have the proper resources or maybe the financial means at the time. I mean, of course, you do get the star reverse in the future. So this is actually some kind of wish that you were actually more or less trying to hope to achieve, whether, you're an entrepreneur or maybe you were actually, creating or, manifesting something. And this is where you pretty much just thought, yes, I have this beautiful idea, but yet here's the beautiful idea, that you want to keep pursuing in other ways as well. So, but it just seemed like that it didn't really work out in your favor at the time. But of course, take it how it resonates. Maybe these things still need time to manifest or maybe bake in the oven or what have you, or in other, metaphorical ways. But other ways, yeah, that's kind of what I got from the past. Ten of Cups reversed. Yep, you get the Devil. Maybe this is also about striking deals with devils again. I mean, I'm not really getting any kind of bargain. Or maybe it is, it's like, because you do get the Devil, and maybe the Devil was mostly saying, okay, you want to actually, embark on this journey and stuff like that. Here's the sacrifice. You're going to have to let go of all of your beautiful, confidence, or maybe you have to let go of, some form of like abundance in other ways, so you could actually strike a deal with the Devil. And the thing is on a positive note with the Devil, is, it's like, it's what you crave, desire, and lust for. And so, it's like if you pretty much just think, well, I don't have this, I'd rather, be heading off towards something that I really crave and desire. That's why the Devil also showed up in other ways. But of course, you could also be collaborating with a Capricorn, which is actually one of your neighboring, zodiac signs as well. So, and it's interesting because, Capricorn comes before you, and just like how the Devil, came in the past for you. Page of Cups, you get Queen of Grail. So here's where you are probably maybe striking a deal with the Devil, in the sense where you are actually, gaining all the material possessions needed to actually try to enhance this daydream, this idea child, or this planted seed in other ways. I mean, I hope that is at least, the case in this reading and stuff like that, because we're going to have to look into why you get Five of Pentacles afterwards, unless that is kind of like, how would you say, the price to pay in other ways. But that's kind of, what I mostly am getting here, is that, you pretty much have the groundedness, the earth, because, it's like, well, you started off with King of Pentacles, reversed, in the start of the past row, and then you finish and the start in the past row with Queen of Pentacles. So obviously, there's probably some doing from the Devil in the past. With the Five of Pentacles, yes, you get Hermit. And the thing is, yeah, it is an interesting combination, because it's like, it's like, well, you see these two individuals walking away, and this could be you already, walking away from being out in the cold for so long, thinking, okay, it's like, maybe you have to face this challenge by yourself, maybe you have to face this goal by yourself. I mean, why would you be getting Three of Pentacles and then you're suddenly, put into hermit mode of having to go within, or maybe having to go up the metaphorical mountain or whatever it may be, and just think, okay, we're going to have to actually rethink some of our plans and goals and endeavors. Because I think when you're striking a deal with the Devil, it's a very complicated matter, because the Devil can actually, will always, makes up the rules and stuff like that. So if they suddenly, or if, the Devil suddenly, change the, the game rules or something by saying, okay, we're going to, suddenly, change the contract to, well, to benefit me and stuff like that. This could also be, you rethinking the whole voyage in your own way. Because with the Emperor, you do get Three of Cups, celebration. So I see a very strong, passionate, confident you. Hopefully, that's also celebrating and stuff like that. I mean, but this could also be, in the other sense, if you look at this Three of Cups, you see these two vampiresses, kind of having their arms around this vampire. So it's kind of like a support kind of feeling and stuff like that. So, maybe this is from the Three of Pentacles as well, where, well, you and two other people, maybe your folks, maybe, your siblings, your friends, whoever it may be, that's mostly, so supporting you and stuff like that, enhancing this fiery, passionate side within you. So I just see that, either, you have so much confidence because maybe you rethought the whole thing. Maybe you had to actually go back, to your home base or whatever it may be. But I do see some kind of like real strong, passionate you know, it's not really a form of determination or motivation, but I just see, you know, this really, yeah, just really, you know, confident, you know, individual. And maybe, you know, this could be your boss that's finally, you know, um, in other ways. But with the Nine of Wands, you know what I'm kind of getting? Is maybe, you know, this could be like, you know, the good side of the devil that's, yeah, well, probably kind of easing, you know, maybe, you know, the over exaggerated new contract and stuff like that with you, because it's just, it looks like that, you know, you're not giving up because you're exhausted beyond belief, but there's some fast movement heading towards you. I mean, I am kind of worried about the Star Wish fulfillment that's not working out in your favor, but maybe you've actually, you know, decided to head off towards a different direction and you're letting go of that one Star Wish fulfillment because you're choosing a different direction, but yet you have to pretty much, you know, go back to square one in other ways as well. So I just think, okay, you know, it's like whatever worth having, you know, doesn't come easy, which I think, you know, please don't give up ever on your endeavors, your goals. And then with the Eight of Wands of some fast movement in other ways, I think that's, you know, important just to kind of look into. Because with the Star Wish fulfillment, yeah, you get the Ten of Wands. So I see you actually just thinking, you know, I'm letting go of the Star Wish fulfillment because it just feels a bit too burdened for me. You know, let's say that you want to actually, you know, will become like a real, valuable, rich, will successful business owner of this real big company of whatever it may be. And so, you know, it's like you had this very beautiful idea in the past, and you know, it's like you struck a deal with maybe like a financial advisor or the devil or any kind of like support, and that's why, you know, it's like you do get the Three of Pentacles because I'm starting to understand it better. Because you probably got some kind of, you know, devil, you know, will, agreement for that matter, and that's what the Three of Pentacles was also about, of some form of collaboration. But of course, with any kind of collaboration, there's definitely always a price to pay. So with the Ten of Wands, that's kind of what I saw, is that you kind of let go because you realize, no, this is going to be too burdensome for me. Because with the Two of Swords reversed, you get the Prince of Knives, the Knight of Swords. So I see you actually changing course and heading down, you know, this new path and voyage, because, you know, you're pretty much just changing your fate. You know, you really don't want to be stuck with any kind of like, you know, negative, you know, experience or outcome or even journey for that, you know, matter. Because I think I watched this one show with the human ones. You know, this is like maybe several years ago. I don't even remember what it was about, but this person also wanted to like become like a boss type, and then, you know, this other person who was going to like financially support him, you know, suddenly starts giving him all of this like, you know, this, you know, well, these terms that he barely understood, to say you're going to have to, you know, complete this whole, you know, list and trajectory and stuff like that. And then suddenly, you know, it became too overwhelming for that person, but eventually the person did succeed with help from, you know, his friends or something, or coworkers. I really don't remember what it's called. But anyway, it sort of reminded me of this, is where you finally, you know, are choosing a different route, and you're incredibly determined, ambitious, goal oriented, and you're thinking, okay, you know, it's like sometimes, you know, we have these beautiful wish and dream ideas of the Page of Cups and two Star Wish fulfillments, even though one came in reverse. So now we're going to actually try something different. And the thing is that's kind of what life is all about, is, you know, don't always feel like that you should just, you know, stick to one thing, you know, always, you know, give yourself, you know, options and opportunities. Because regarding the Eight of Pentacles reverse, you know, you're kind of also maybe, you know, starting, you know, well, from square one again, or maybe you're just kind of letting go, or maybe there was definitely some form of sacrifice that did take place in your past. But here is the, you know, official, you know, first Three of Pentacles, you know, even though the general card is the Three of Pentacles. But this is kind of where you could also be collaborating with other people. Maybe you have to head back towards your home base. Maybe you're able going back to the people who you trusted and really cared for and supported, and who are now going to be supporting you and stuff like that. But if there's any kind of like sacrifice, that's kind of what I'm also mostly getting here, and also deals with the devil. So, you know, it was interesting because it seems like that this phrase and these terms are actually, well, resonating with all of the either, yeah, with all the, you know, other zodiac signs as well. How about that? Special vampire card. Six of Wands. So there's definitely going to be some big celebration heading your way, or you're going to be heading towards a Six of Wands grand celebration. You know what I'm kind of getting here is, you know, it's like maybe, you know, it's like these idea children, you know, sometimes they take a bit longer to grow. And then if you feel like you're a bit frustrated, because even though, you know, the frustration card would normally be the Emperor reversed, but the problem is, you know, it's like since it came up in, you know, upright, is, you know, it's like if you feel frustrated that something didn't work out in your favor, You know, you could also be heading down, you know, towards an alternative route to say, how can I actually manifest this for the next time? And maybe you are putting something on a low burner, but you're definitely heading off towards some big celebration. Practically like a parade, like how it's pretty much shown in the Rider-Waite deck, but this could also be seen as like some kind of parade as well. Okay, so special oracle, call for help, exactly. Reach out, need for backup, and admit your needs. So that's kind of what I see you doing, even with the Three of Pentacles in the future, is maybe you're actually going back to your home base in the sense of your friends, your family, whoever you trust the most, and you're pretty much just reaching out to them and saying, I need some support and guidance and some help and stuff like that. So I actually just see you reaching out and extending and just pretty much just thinking, okay, I need to actually, yeah, I want to achieve this desired result. And sometimes other people, you know, if they are willing to help and have the resources needed and stuff like that, that will pretty much enhance your chances of getting this big celebratory parade or occasion that will be taking place in your future. Because, yeah, collaboration, sometimes it's like that phrase, teamwork makes a dream work, if that means anything to you. But that's kind of the phrase I've been hearing a lot recently, is that people, you know, they collaborate, you know, so they can actually achieve that beautiful desired goal in the end. And that's what I also see here with the Six of Wands. Okay, I'm going to finish off with 3 yes or no answers. Please feel free to pause this video and think about the questions you want answered. For number 1, you do get a no with the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And it's actually interesting because it's the second Queen of Pentacles. A yes with the Hierophant upright. And a yes with the Three of Wands upright. So you get 1 no and 2 yeses in this reading for my beautiful Aquarius. Anyway, I'm going to have to leave it at this for now, but if this reading resonated for you all, please feel free to join and subscribe to my channel. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. I love you guys incredibly. I want to wish you all the best of luck on where this journey may take you. In a few days, I'm going back to love reading, so for now I'm just doing general and love. But if you're also interested in a personal reading, all you have to do is subscribe to this channel, post in the little discussion box below that you want a personal reading from me, and I'll respond to you with my email. Otherwise, I love you guys incredibly and want to wish you all the best of luck on where this journey may take you.